Let's build a Supermoto. Welcome to the lab. A lot of people have been asking about the TTR 125 series. Unfortunately, there's a lot of projects that take priority over that, and I've been waiting on some tooling for the second video. So look out for that video, I'd say very early in the new year. In the meantime, I have this 2019 Husqvarna FC350. This is essentially the same bike as a KTM 350 SX. So 99% of the parts and work in these videos will all carry over. As you can see, this is a stock dirt bike and we're going to transform it into a Supermoto. First, I'm going to pull the plastics off and the seat. Next, I want to get to the radiators. This Motion Pro overflow tank is off of my KTM that suffered an untimely death. I'll just send some zip ties to the radiator fins to hold it on. Getting all the bodywork off the bike allows me some more room to work, and I have plans to make the bike look much better once we're done. The stock front brake is great for riding dirt, but they absolutely suck riding Supermoto and they just can't handle the heat. I've tried. I'm replacing the whole system here, so I'll keep it sealed to make it easier when I go back to a dirt setup. We'll get this front wheel off and be sure to clean and grease this crusty axle. In order to install my brake caliper, I have to partially remove this massive Moto-Master brake rotor that's already installed on my Supermoto wheels. I got these wheels at a pretty solid deal on eBay a few years ago. It's a 16.5 by 3.5 wheel on a nice anodized hub. So now with my wheel installed and one bolt in my caliper bracket, I can feed the rotor between the brake pads and install the rest of the rotor bolts with blue Loctite. Install the lower caliper bolt, and then finally lube the threads on the axle bolt and torque the axle. Next, I'm tightening the pinch bolts in the left fork so I can center the right fork leg on the axle. This is a step that's commonly overlooked and is critical for proper fork alignment. Now I'm going to put on my bar and handguard setup. This is a beautiful limited edition purple anodized Renthal twin wall handlebar. I really wish I could still get these, so I have a spare set, but they're pretty hard to come by at a good price. These Cycra clamps replace the stock ones, and my handguards bolt directly to them. And I got some fresh ODI grips installed and almost all the controls. I have the master cylinder hanging because I need to get a longer brake line. I got the new black plastics back on, and this bike's looking sick, but we're not done yet. Now it's time to swap the rear wheel. If you like this video and you want to follow or support the channel or check out any of my other builds, consider subscribing. This one's going to be moving a lot faster than the TTR build has been, and I should be dropping a video each week until it's finished. This axle looked pretty crusty too, so I'm going to clean it with some Scotch-Brite and a wire brush, throw a coat of Lucas Red and Tacky on it. The rear wheel setup can be a pain in the ass to install since it's so wide. This wheel is a 17 by 5.5 on a stock hub. I believe it's a factory KTM Supermoto wheel. You'll notice I installed the axle from the opposite side as it came out. This just allows me to put the axle in about halfway and then move the wheel around so I can get the chain on without fighting to hold the wheel up. The sprocket is from Vortex Racing. They've been a sponsor of mine for quite a few years now, so shout out to them for supporting my program. I'll leave a link to them and the other products I'm using in the description. Now I just need to adjust and align the chain and torque the axle. These foot pegs are not great for asphalt, so I'm going to swap these out. The stock foot pegs are getting replaced by these DRC Supermoto pegs. They have replaceable sliders for when the bike gets thrown down the road. The sliders just slip right on and they're fastened by two small Phillips head screws on each side. That's all we got for today. This bike's looking awesome. I'm stoked. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to tackle some projects to make sure this bike stays together. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. My Instagram is your best bet, but I'll leave links for my social medias and email in the description. Thank you so much for watching.